little bit. Is there anyone here who hasn't been to a General Assembly before? That's great. I'm really glad to see you. So what we have here is we've worked out an agenda that anyone can sign up for a proposal beforehand for the agenda, and if there's no new proposals I'll ask it when we get there. But we're going to work through this form, and at different points in the agenda there's sort of different things. During these first few things there's not really any discussion. Right now I'm just going to tell you about what we're doing, and then some various groups that have been meeting already are going to say what they've been doing, and that's not really time for discussion. But when it gets to the proposals, that is definitely time for discussion. There's a way that we're going to go about discussion. There's going to be two stack keepers, and I'm going to ask if anyone wants to volunteer after I describe what they do, and they're going to scan the crowd for people raising their hands and wanting to talk, and they're going to write down 5 people and take 5 people at a time to talk. So is anyone willing to take stack? Preferably someone who's had experience with it, just to keep this smooth. And I'm going to call on people who I know have experience. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So can I have one more person to take stack right now? Yeah. Awesome. So you guys should talk and work out exactly how you're going to do it. And so when we're having this discussion, there's a bunch of hand signals. Of course, if you want to make a comment. If you want to make a comment about how the meeting is being run, you do the point of process. We've been using this direct response that's confusing, so I'm just going to replace it today with point of information, which is if you want to clarify a fact or answer a direct question like, how many police came here yesterday? You can be like, 5 police, whatever. It doesn't matter. Clarifying a fact. It's not like, oh, I want to make an argument against something that someone just said. Then you get on the stack for that. And is there anything else that I'm not thinking of, just for when we're having discussion that people can remind me of, hand signal-wise? Oh, I just said that I hope this is okay with you guys, but I think we're going to replace this with point of information, because this is really confusing. Because direct response, everything you say is a direct response. If we want to take consensus on that right now, how do people feel about replacing direct response with point of information? If you will like it, thumbs up. If you don't like it, thumbs down. If you think it's against our purposes as a group, block. Everyone can vote, even if you've never been here before. Cool. I see a little maybes, but generally I see a lot of people in support of that idea. Okay. So as I just said, when we do come to a proposal at the end of a discussion so people will come up, people who wrote these items on the agenda, and they'll give their proposal, we'll discuss it for a bit. Then after the discussion has been flushed out and we start, it seems like people's ideas have been heard, we're going to test for consensus, and when that happens, then we're going to do those 3 hand signals that I just explained again. And then we're going to talk to the people who have their thumbs down and see if they can make any friendly amendments to the proposal to let it pass at the moment. Same with the people with the blocks. And if we can't do that for today, it will be tabled and it will go back to a working group to work on to be amended so that we can save time and not just discuss it forever right now. Does anyone have any questions? All right. So then we're going to. Okay, can people hear me right now? I'm trying to speak loudly, but I generally have a soft voice. Okay, cool. And I need a few more. Yes?
Can you encourage people who may not be able to respond to move into the center? Yeah. There's plenty of space.
Yeah. If you can't hear well, move to the front and center. There's plenty of room. I need a few more people to help. I need a person to take notes. And the only thing other than taking notes during the meeting is they have to bring them to the meeting group after the meeting so that they can post them online. We can get you paper and pencils if you don't have paper and pencils. Would anyone like to take notes? Yeah. Cool. Does someone have some? Okay. And have we been having 2 note takers, or just? So could we have one more note taker?
It just came up in, I just found out that if you aren't able to transcribe the notes, what I want to say is if you are willing to take notes tonight and do us all the great service of actually writing them up in a Word program or something, and getting them to meet it today, it would have to be today, that would be great. But if you can just take notes for today, then you pass them off to media and they review them and sort of synopsize them and post them to the website. I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah.
Maybe we can start recruiting people.
So one more note taker.
Transfer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then I need. Who else do I need?
Where's your goal with it? I'll provide that. Just turn that over. Turn it over. There's a list.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
12 roles.
I need an additional co-facilitator just to, help keep things under control. Like, in case there's any people who need to be, just help keep things under control. You kind of just gonna stand up here and hold signs and stuff for the most part. Anyone? I actually don't think with this size group we need an additional co-facilitator. People are alright with that. I need a timekeeper, which is really important that you stay on track. Because we want this to be done quickly. Because long meetings are boring and frustrating. So, anyone who has a phone, or even if you don't have a phone, you can borrow someone else's phone. Who can
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I just want to see the agenda so I can know what each item has.
Yeah. Let me know if you can't read that. All right. So we need 2 greeters, which I'm not quite sure what those are. I think that they're for people walking in to help explain what's going on here, so they don't just jump in and so they're not confused.
The media too.
Do you want to do that?
No, I was just going to give you a point of information.
Oh yeah, point of information.
I think you did pretty well. To find out if they know anything about the consensus process, then the greeter could really quickly give them an idea of what's going on.
Yeah. Can I have one more greeter?
And it is also in case a media crew shows up and starts interviewing passerby on the street instead of people who are actually involved with our movement. So.
Could I have one more greeter? Yeah, cool. So that's all the roles, and I'm going to move on now to, unless there's any more questions.
Vibes Watcher.
What?
Vibes Watcher. We need a Vibes
Yes.
Watcher.
Vibes Watcher. Would someone like to be a Vibes Watcher? Who wasn't on this list? Yeah.
Reluctantly.
All right, let's move on to the working group reports then. Yes.
The news from legal is uniformly good. We've had little to no law enforcement presence at either occupation site for a while. Thanks to Roxanne and to Bishop, we've been able to assign nightly police liaisons, so we've always have somebody here doing police liaison. That's been a really good program that's been worked out. I will tell everybody tomorrow more of what we know about retaining counsel for our preliminary injunction. And I will give you a report on that tomorrow night. We will certainly know more once I've talked to a couple local attorneys. We have a donation, as you know, from an anonymous friend of the movement in the amount of $2,500 to help us with our legal fees. And that's really about it for legal. I have been functioning as the overall police liaison to the chain of command for the Santa Cruz Police Department, and that's kind of just been by sense of the assembly. Until there is some other sense of the assembly, I'll continue to do that, and we can certainly discuss it with me or anyone else if you think that a change is needed. And other than that, I would like to think that one of the reasons they've been so restrained in the enforcement for 647E, and particularly the camping bans, is their support of us, generally speaking, and our performance yesterday during the rally, which I got reports from the highest chain of command of Santa Cruz Police Department. They were delighted with that. They are supporting us. They want us to succeed. They want us to express ourselves. So that's my sense of it. Bess has a different sense, and he's welcome to bring that up. But anyway, mostly the report from legal is good, and Wes, you mentioned, but I mentioned to the group that I'm going to continue to function as the general police liaison. It seems to be the sense of the GA, and if that changes, just we'll make it up coming up. Anyway, that's it. Everybody did a wonderful job. No, that's fine.
I'm a lawyer friend, so we have another lawyer that's on our team.
Okay.
Would someone from the direct action group like to come up and talk? By the way, these are 2 minutes each. Yeah.
Direct action has not met yet. We will meet today at 4:30. Nice report.
Somebody from the food.
I'm with the food group, and yeah, my name's Tom. I will be here after the meeting if anyone wants to sign up for our group. We have a few volunteers. We could use some more help. We also have a calendar that's down by the campsite, so that if you want to maybe make some food and bring it to this group for dinner, or some food for the General Assembly meeting, some snacks, you can sign up ahead of time. And is there still a sign-up sheet here at the table for the same thing? Yes, there is. So you don't even have to go down to the camp. You can sign up right here. You can also sign up to come down on a specific day and help cook whatever the heck's going on down there at the campsite. Does anybody have any questions on that? No? Yes. Sorry? Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Oh my gosh.
There are no questions during
What?
There are no questions during
No, there are no questions during the report backs. If you want to ask a question of a working group, you can talk to the person who came up after or at the meeting time that they say. If you want to make a quick announcement, make it real quick.
I just wanted to let you know I'm experimenting with an audio stream for the General Assemblies, and it's at oscradio.uk.
Cool. Could somebody from the process group come up and make a quick announcement?
Yeah, howdy. My name is Wes. It's nice to see you all. We have a couple proposals that you'll hear about. Those were actually consensus on yesterday. We just wanted to kind of give you a sense of what we were talking about, what we were dealing with. I think it's an important group, and so I think it's super, super important that we're as transparent as possible. So we are creating an online schedule so there'll be less of a hustle before every General Assembly to find somebody who's experienced and capable of facilitating the GAs. So we'll know like weeks, months, years ahead of time who's going to be doing the GAs, and that's good news for us at least. There was a discussion about the roles of stackers and the co-facilitators and the role of the facilitator interrupting people. There was some discussion about intergroup communication. We're going to work on channels of communication for everyone with the intercom group if they're into it. And then lastly, there was just a discussion about alternatives to full consensus, but there was nothing decided. It was just talk. Ding, is that it? Yes!
Yes! Yeah. Cool. Would someone from Intercom like to come up here?
I need a loudspeaker.
All right, I'll be your loudspeaker for now.
So, Intercom is out of flyers.
Intercom is out of flyers.
We need more flyers. I don't know who is producing the flyers, but if they can contact me, I would much appreciate it, because it looks good when there are flyers there, and it looks even cooler when there aren't any.
If you want me to loudspeak, okay. He doesn't know who's producing the flyers, but he needs more flyers, and he thinks it looks really good when there are a bunch of flyers out there from various sources.
So if you could just contact me.
He's like at the table. Contact him.
Thank you, Andre.
What's your name? Andre. It's Andre.
Cool. Philosophy and strategy? Anyone? Excuse me? Excuse me? I know, but we're running through like a really specific kind of form right now, and there's like time for announcements, and that's going to be discussed later. It's like people are really adamant on that. It's a really important issue. Anyone from the philosophy and strategy work group who's gone to their meetings who has some things to say about it?
We're having a meeting at 6 o'clock at the, I think it's called Community. It's on Squid Row, near Good